Hi Stampers, Diane Evans here from stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Western Canada. Now, if this is your first time joining me on my YouTube channel or in my studio, welcome. But if you've never subscribed to my video and you'd like to follow me, make sure that you do subscribe. And if you hit that bell button, you'll get notified every time that I am on. So today what I want to do is I want to show you a fairly simple card that I made using Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. This is from the Sand and Sea suite that is in the new J to J mini catalog. So this comes as a bundle. There's a fantastic embossing folder that goes along with it. But check out this designer series paper. Is it not gorgeous? It's really to die for. So I do a weekly sketch challenge each and every week. And what I have done is I've done a card with the sketch challenge. Now, on this particular one, and I do post these are done on my Facebook page. And there is a link below to that Facebook page if you want to be involved in my card sketches. Like I say, I do it every week unless there is a prior commitment that's on there. So I'm going to show you what papers that we're using. I have the soft sea spray. Just to let you know, this is retiring at the beginning of May. So if you like it, I would seriously get your hands on it before it does go, it does retire and they don't have it. And this is one of the colors that is also in the Sand and Sea Designer Series paper. Now, on my card sketches, I give all the measurements on there. So this is 5.5 by 8.5 and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to fold into the mountain and bring in my bone folder. Now, one thing also, I do link this video to my blog. And on my blog, I always post all the measurements that are on there. So this is actually the card that we're making. So I will just go and give you all the measurements. This is going to go on the inside of the card. It's 4 by 5 1/4, and we'll be decorating that. And I'm going to be doing this as a landscape card. I've gone ahead and I've used, let's see, this is the Designer Series paper. It's 2 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down there right now. And I'm putting that on with my seal. Look at the back side of this Designer Series paper. It's just gorgeous. Don't know, I don't usually have problems with my seal. All right, so then I'm just going to put this piece right here. Like I say, it's 2 by 4. Now, I used my stitched rectangle dies, and I've used, I believe it's this one. Let's see, it's a second and the fourth one in there, to give myself a frame. And I want the frame and I want it to be open because I want to be able to see that. I want to be able to see the Designer Series paper through that. Now I'm going to be using my seal again, but I don't want it to get all over on my paper. So I've turned it over and I'm just going to run my seal along here, and here. And that way, if I do get any of the seal onto the mat, it won't matter because it won't stick on there. So let's go and put this on here. We're going to center it. And this piece actually works out to what you need to cut is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then you can also go in, if you don't have the frames, and you can use your cutter and cut out the frame there as well. So I'm just going to layer that one on there. Like I say, this is a very simple card. Now, I do have another frame on here, and this is 2 by 3 and 3 3/4, 3 3/8. No, let's see. This piece is 2 by 3 3/8, and then I have another piece that's 1 3/4 by 3 1/8, and that's going to go on here. And I did cut that from the layering rectangle dies as well. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm coming in with my paper piercing mat. Now this gives the extra cushion in order for you to use your polymer sets, and then it gives a cleaner image on there. So that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to come in to do the sentiment, and I'm going to do it in Misty Moonlight. And the one that I'm going to put on here are friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. I just love that expression. So let's go, and I want to make sure that that's straight. Okay. So I'm going to line this up towards this side over here, kind of in the middle. Just like that. And let's close this up because I know what I'm like at getting ink all over the place. And now what I want to do is I want to stamp some other images on here. So let's bring in, there's a couple of seashells here. So see, I think this one would be the better seashell to put on there. I'll just grab a block. Actually, I'll take one of these off of a block. And I'm going to come in with my Seaside Spray ink pad. Remember, this is retiring. And whenever you do buy a stamp set, you should always buy a re-inker. Because these types of ink pads do tend to, you go through an awful lot more ink. So I'm just actually going to bring this piece up. And I'm going to put it underneath here because I'm going to be stamping off of the paper. So let's see, I'm just going to, whoops, that's no good. And I'm just going to put that, let's see, we'll just put that about there. And then I'm going to go in with the smaller seashells. I'm just going to stamp, let's see, let's put one about there. And then I can go and bring in a bigger seashell. Let's put that about, let's see. No, I'm going to put it in there like this. And then I also have the sand dollar that I'm going to use. And I'm going to do that because I'm bringing in the colors that I've got in the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp that actually with Blushing Bride. I probably should have put that a little bit closer together, but hopefully this will tie everything together. You know, I can do another one down here. And we can do one there as well. Just to kind of tie it all in together. All right, so now we're kind of ready to kind of put this first part together. So I'm going to pop this onto this layer here, which is Blushing Bride, and I'm going to do that with dimensionals. Nothing better than dimensionals on a card, right? Let's see. Now, I don't know if this is really necessary, but I am going to put one in the middle. And I'm just going to come in with my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just going to take these off. I like doing this Take Your Pick tool because you can take them all off together, throw them in the garbage can, and then you don't have them all over the place. Or you don't have your dog come in and put them all over the place. So I'm just going to layer that onto there. And this can go straight on here like so. I don't need to pop that up as well. Mind you, we could if we wanted to. So I'm just going to put that in there. Now, if I wanted to, I could have put a bow on here. It does have beautiful Seaside Spray frosted ribbon. I don't know, maybe. You know what, I'll tie a bow and I'll see if I want to put it on there. It wasn't on the original card, but that's not an issue either. Oops. So I want to come off of there. There we go. Now the key with tying a knot, of course, is making sure it's good and tight. Yeah. All right. And then let's just and we'll decide whether or not we want to put that on. I am coming in with these in these pearls. These are all my embellishments from the mini catalog. And I'm going to come in with these pastel pearls, and I'm going to use the Seaside spray pearls, and I'm going to place those on the card. This actually goes along with the Hydrangea Hill or the Hydrangea Haven. Sweet, but I really like how you can mix so many different things in there. They're the bigger pearls, but they're very nice. Okay. Yeah, let's just put that there. Okay, now I have to decide whether or not if I want to put a bow on there. You know, I don't know if it needs a bow. I'm going to leave the bow off, but just to show you that you can do that. Now let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the card. This is a landscape card, so we have to know that when we're stamping the inside. So I'm going to go back in with that stamp set. That is the shell, this one here. I want to make sure that that's good and stuck on there, because remember last time it kind of came off. So I'm going to come back in with my Seaside spray. And we're going to stamp down in the corner. I'm a big one for stamping in the corner of here. So, you know, let's put the shell so it's up like this. And then there's another sentiment that I want to use that's from this stamp set. And that is, happy birthday to my beautiful, no, you are unique and completely amazing. I think that one's really neat to put on there. There we go. Now, I'll just take that off and let's put that onto my Stampin' Block. And another thing that we're going to do is we are going to use the Misty Moonlight just so that it shows up better for the words, right? Of course, this has to be going the right way. There we go. So I'm just going to put that here. See if I can get that centered straight. You know, somebody did tell me if you're not very good at putting things on straight, what you should do is put it on an angle. Well, I still like straight for sentiments. Now, another thing that they do have in this stamp set are these little bubbles here. So I'm actually going to use that along in with my words, just to add a little bit more to the inside. When you're stamping things like this, just make sure that you do turn it a bit. There. That kind of just does add a little tiny bit to it there. Okay, let's take that out of the way, and we can go ahead and we can use our seal. And now we can put that to the center of the card. So that just shows you how quick this card comes together. Card sketches is such a great way if you don't have any, if you've lost your mojo, you can't figure out a way to do it, go to a card sketch. I've also found that it does teach people how to stamp, how to put things together, because sometimes people just have a composition issue to kind of put it together. So there's my card. That goes along with my card sketch. You know, I wonder, I don't know if that's just too much or not. You know what? I think I'll leave it. I just don't know. Not sure what to do with that. I'll have to think on that. I guess it depends who the person is. So if you did like that, give me the thumbs up. If you have any questions, please ask the questions. I do come up to my YouTube channel and answer some questions. Also, if you like it, like I say, give me the thumbs up. And if you had never subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure that you do that below. Another thing, if you do live in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a very healthy rewards program for anybody that does buy from me online. I have a host code that is on my blog, and there's always a link to my blog underneath this video. And by using the host code, you can earn lots of rewards. Plus, you can also get a free tutorial each and every month. I actually have 3 tutorials this month that I'll be giving away. So if there's 3 different orders, I tend to put 3 different tutorials there together. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. So we just put that there. I'm not sure.